Dude.
You know what my favorite one though was? The one where the dude thought that there was rods flying around, and it turned out it was just the way cameras view things that move fast or close.
That conspiracy theory didn't last at all. That's proof that conspiracy theories will drop, motherfuckers. We'll drop one.
Drop it hot.
Dude, it was dropped. No conspiracy theory stuck with that. It was a weird thing we saw. It was like
but it wasn't dropped. That guy came to one of my fucking Q&As that
people
I did
still
with the
believe
UFC.
That. People still believe that.
The guy who made the documentary. I think his name's Jose Escamilla.
Oh no,
gentleman. He's a fine gentleman. This is not a bad man at all. But he came to one of the UFC things and he waited in line to ask me a question and he yelled it out. The problem that I have the documentaries UFC of okay, dude.
We saw him, dude. 2002.
That Monster Quest show is what fucked him up. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, it was that Monster Quest show. That show that they were doing for the History Channel.
I think
where
we
they were
found
investigating monsters. No, this is what happened. Monster Quest did an experiment. On one side, they used a high-speed camera that does like very high rates of frame rates, and it can film like slow motion shit. So you see like every pixel looks perfect. You know how they do that with those slow-mo cameras? They could film at a very high rate of speed.
Okay.
Like really complicated.
And then we saw that they're just
next to
flies.
it. And then next to it was a shitty camera. And the shitty camera couldn't capture it quick enough. So everything got elongated. So the image got blurred and elongated. And it looks like tubes were flying through the sky.
Yeah.
But two cameras side by side captured completely different things. One of them captured super obvious bugs. You could slow them down to slow motion. You could see there were bugs. And then it would literally cross over into the other camera and turn into this tube because it was just moving too quick. So it's an artifact.
Yeah.
That's what's called a...
So that was a conspiracy theory that was hot for about maybe 3 years.
Yeah, there they are.
We were into it. Dude. I remember getting high, in the living room watching, going, shit, look, there's fucking aliens flying around everywhere. We thought those were aliens. They were alive. They were
look at these things.
They were invisible snakes, remember?
Yeah, look, we were convinced that there's
Thank God there was no Twitter back then. They would have kept bringing that shit up.
We would have been so stupid.
See, that's proof that if we get debunked proof that we're not like married to it. I'm not married to that.
Right.
But
we were like, is it
show
possible?
Show
well,
me
dude,
proof.
you can't see it with your eyes. And you need a video cam to see it. Whoa. We were thinking that like science hadn't discovered. And then, but then, you know what? One time we were like, where are the dead ones? Where's all the dead ones? Like if these things
like flying fish.
Do they live forever?
What if it's real? I'm gonna relive rods. Maybe that monsters thing was bullshit.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's real.
I'm gonna
as
be
fuck.
a rod guy.
But you imagine if you're the poor dude who made that documentary and you've got all this money invested in those rods?
I never hear anybody talk about rods.
No, they're done.
Someone did come up to me and say, "Hey, have you heard that conspiracy theory where there's no forests?" Have you heard about this? There's a conspiracy theory where there's no forest. Look into it. So just no forest. I bet
you love these things.
I'm like, I don't know what that is really. I didn't even look. I watched 30 seconds because someone in class told me.
Right.
A Ziggy came and goes, "Have you heard that conspiracy theory about no?" I go, What? So I went home and I put no forest and I watched 13 seconds and I just stopped it.
Have you seen the one where this dude said the dinosaurs aren't real? Have you seen that one?
I don't know. That's like some other shit where I'm like, I don't believe any science. I don't believe any of that, dude. The only science I believe is you rub two sticks together and there's fire. That's other than that.
That's science.
You got to prove that shit.
That's like a Boy Scout.
I'm going to ignore that shit.
Mm.
All you got to just tobacco science. What about that? You think that shit's gone? You think tobacco science is gone?
Isn't tobacco
it's stronger than ever?
That's one of the weirdest things.
It's tobacco science.
It's one of the weirdest things that politicians don't talk about. If you really stop and think about all the threats they talk about to this country and the people and our health, and they'll even discuss drugs, but alcohol kills way more people than illegal drugs, and for sure cigarettes kill way more people than alcohol. And so you'll occasionally hear a politician discuss underage drinking or drinking and driving. But will they ever discuss abstinence, like and professing their hope for abstinence? No fucking way.
You mean abstinence from what?
Alcohol.
Oh,
from alcohol.
I thought you. Okay.
If they're never going to propose that, right?
No.
They're definitely never going to talk about cigarettes. Cigarettes is their dirty friend that murders.
That's the giant elephant in the fucking sky.
Dude, they got a dirty friend that kills 500,000 people every year.
That's a clear example of why you should be a conspiracy theorist.
Well, that is
right there.
That is an absolutely fascinating conspiracy. That's a fascinating
and that's
conspiracy.
in your face, and no one says shit.
In your face.
No one even talks about it.
Nobody talks about it.
And you know what? Anytime.
See, that one I'm on board with.
You know what?
There's got to be some money in there somewhere.
This is me guessing. I know this. I know that. Sometimes greed will actually result in something beneficial to mankind. Sometimes it does. In one instance, seatbelt laws. Seatbelt laws, it looks like government was trying to take care of us and they really were concerned with our health. But when you looked into the seatbelt law and the helmet law for motorcycles in California, it was the insurance companies paying for all that, the bill. Because they thought it was cheaper. You know what? If you got an accident and you weren't wearing your seatbelt, if you turned into a vegetable, you're expensive. All those accidents with no seatbelts were costing these insurance companies gazillions.
Right.
So it was better to make them wear seatbelts than it wasn't as expensive to pay for these bills. They don't have as many vegetable bills and shit. Overall, it makes sense. So that. When you find that out, I'm just guessing here. When you see those tobacco commercials where I've seen the latest tobacco commercial with some African-American girl who's like, she's rapping poetry, no music, and it's all like being super ultra street. She's in the alley. She's like, you know, all I do is just go out there and do my thing. I ain't gonna smoke. I ain't gonna do that thing. You know, just talk like stupid rap, not stupid rap, but just, I take that back. Just, it was amazing rap. It was amazing words, but it was all about not smoking. I'm cool. I'm not going to smoke.
Right.
I'm hood.
Okay.
I'm in the street, yo.
Okay.
I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing. I bet if you look into that, it's the same thing. I bet the insurance companies have figured out that diseases from smoking are expensive as fuck. We got to stop this. This is crushing us. That's me guessing. I don't know. But do they really care if we smoke? Fuck no. Why is this on? It must be you must be able to follow the money. That's me guessing. But of course I'm wrong.
Well, there's definitely billions of dollars in cigarettes.
Think about that.
People, they buy so many cigarettes all over the world. To shut that business down, you got a real problem. I mean, there's a lot of people invested in that business. There's distribution companies. There's people that make those things. There's people that like those things and are going to get them in the dark market. They're going to figure out a way how to get them, the dark market, the black market. But you can't make things illegal because you can't tell people what they can and can't do. If somebody wants to smoke cigarettes, they should be allowed to. But it's just real weird that the government professes to care about us but doesn't bring up this one thing that kills 500,000 people every year in this country alone. Millions worldwide.
One cool thing, that was another law, the cigarette law, where you couldn't smoke inside. That was one of those fucking laws that was beneficial for humanity, but was rooted in money. Right. Somehow it just turned out that it just was actually a good thing for us. Helmets are a good thing. Seatbelts are a great thing. You don't want people like people that say, I don't want the government telling me I have to put a seatbelt on. If I didn't want to wear a seatbelt, I go, dude, if you don't wear a seatbelt, you get in an accident, you turn into a vegetable, you're going to have people that you love that are going to have to wipe your ass. You want to put a fucking seatbelt on so they don't have to wipe your ass, dude. You know what I mean? Take care of yourself.
That should be a meme.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, definitely. So it's safer to wear a seatbelt for sure. It's safer to have a very big, sturdy car, you know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of safers, you know, most likely. But yeah, it's weird because I'm a believer that people should have personal freedom. You should be able to do whatever you want. But I think that when it comes to like young kids, they're too likely to do stupid shit if you allow them to. And cars, it's a one mistake, stupid shit, and you're fucked up for life. It's not worth it. Yeah. We should enforce it in any way we can. But that's sort of the same way I feel about cigarettes. Like we should kind of figure out how to enforce that. Like that's not a smart thing to get involved with.